I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today's presentation is titled Six Simple Ways to Boost Your Motivation When You Feel You've Lost Yours. Do you ever start the day or week highly motivated, eager to tackle all your goals and more? But before the day or weekends, all the motivation is gone, considering that we can't always control how our bodies and minds function. Losing motivation can be daunting. Well, you're not alone. A lot of people experience the loss of motivation. Thankfully, there are certain things that you can do to boost your motivation, and we're going to talk about those initial six things that you can do to get motivated when you're feeling at your lowest. Therefore, the six things that you can do to boost your motivation when you feel low. The first one being focus on your accomplishments. And this one is a good one for time management. Simple reason. When you have a goal and you look at it from the beginning before you even get started, it can seem really, really daunting. That's why when we talk about setting goals, we talk about breaking them down into monthly chunks, weekly chunks, daily chunks, and even hourly chunks. Therefore, what happens is as you feel success along the way, it helps boost your motivation to keep going. So, when demotivated, it is common for us to feel like failures who have never and will never get anything done. We tend to focus on all the things that we have not accomplished. We position ourselves so far from our goals that that demotivates us even worse because we do not see why we should even try. However, if we shift our mindset and focus to our accomplishments, we feel more motivated and assured that we can achieve what we want to achieve. Having a written list of achievements is a great way to remind yourself of what you have achieved and what you are capable of achieving. You can also break down your tasks into smaller segments and focus on those little wins that build towards the bigger end goal. What better way to boost your motivation than looking at your collection of trophies? Two, meditate. Our brain works like a computer. Sometimes we open too many tabs and everything seems to freeze, resulting in us being unable to really do anything despite the long to do list that is waiting for us. When this happens to our computers, the first thing that comes to mind is to restart the machine. Well, the same is also applicable to our brain. When it is overwhelmed and under so much pressure, the best thing to do is to take a step back and restart it. How, you say? Well, you might wonder through meditation. Meditation allows the brain to slow down. The stimulation sent from our senses to the brain slows down, giving the brain some time to breathe, relax, and focus. Meditation enhances our focus levels. Typically, we are always multitasking, and our brain has to deal with a lot of things at a time. when our focus is divided across five different things, it becomes quite difficult to get the best results. So, thanks to meditation, you can focus on the one thing that really needs your attention and achieve it. Moreover, studies have found that meditation decreases mind wandering, allowing us to focus and concentrate more. It also increases the amount of gray matter in our brain, thereby allowing us to have positive emotions. There are several types of meditation, such as guided meditation and mindful meditation, that you can use depending on how you are feeling on that particular day. 3. Practice gratitude. Usually, when we are not being grateful, we are complaining, and that drains our energy and motivation. When you practice gratitude, you focus on what you have and not what people around you have. A grateful mindset makes you appreciate all the things around you and what they have done for you. Have you perceived the changes that you get? A great feeling of abundance, which is great for motivation. Now, here's the thing about gratitude when you think about it. Too many times, what we tend to do, and I can remember back 30 years ago when you'd always hear the saying of keeping up with the Joneses, that you had to have what they had. And not too many people are alike, and not too many people have the same taste. So you should not compare yourself to what someone else has. And this is the biggest downfall, because this is what creates jealousy, and this is what creates the negative attitudes. So the fourth is to start your day on a good note. How you start your day plays an important role in how you feel throughout the day. Your morning routine should be refreshing and energizing, allowing you to tackle the day with a positive note. Different things work for different people. For some, a morning jog does the magic, while for others, a hot cup of coffee in silence is exactly what they need. Try out different things until you find what works for you. Positive affirmations are also a cherry on the top to make your day run even smoother, and on to high motivation. Starting your day with positive affirmations means that you get to tell yourself beautiful things that keep you going before someone else tells you anything that might ruin your day. 5. Change your setting. Sometimes what you really need is a change of setting for you to gain your motivation. Being in a new environment helps you to shift to a new mindset. It creates the novelty effect, which is a boost or improvement in performance that results from changing a setting or environment. When working from home, switch things up and work from a cafe or the park. Today, many restaurants and many coffee shops have Wi Fi because we work on computers. And you will see people rather than having a meeting at home or renting an office space to just for a meeting with someone, what will they do? They'll have that coffee or that meeting at a Starbucks or a Panera Bread restaurant or someplace where it's a different setting than working from home, and it creates the what they call the novelty effect, because what it's doing is teaching you or putting you someplace. I can remember many, many years ago, I would get many jobs as a telemarketing. Why? Because I have a good speaking voice. But I get bored sitting in the same cubicle looking at the same four walls. For me, working from home works best because when I can take a break and I can walk around, or even in my house, I don't feel confined like I'm always looking at the same thing. So, six, remind yourself of the why. Going back to the starting point is a great way for you to regain motivation. What are you trying to do? Take a step back and ask yourself why you started this and why you are chasing this dream. The answer to that is is why it is always a good motivation. Once you remember why you started, you will likely remember why it's important to you to keep going. Losing motivation is not supposed to be the end of the journey. Rather, it's part of the journey. These tips will help you get up, dust yourself off, and keep pushing. So, next time you lose motivation, don't beat yourself up. Think of what needs to be improved for you to regain your motivation and do it. So don't be scared to set new goals. You've got this. And remember, the purpose of having a goal is very simple. It keeps you motivated. That's why so many people, when they've reached one goal, set new goals along the way, and you should do the same as well.